Here I have a printout of my data that I just plotted, and the next thing I want to do is to draw my line of best fit, or in this case it's going to be a curve of best fit. If you look at the data and see that the data is pretty much in a straight line, you would use a straight edge to draw a line of best fit going through your data. Looking at this, it isn't very linear. It kind of comes up, accelerates a little bit, gets a little bit steeper here, and then gets flattened at the end. So I'm not going to draw a line of best fit. I'm going to draw a curve of best fit. The curves and or lines don't necessarily go through every data point. That's one of the advantages to doing this. I would use pencil. Draw lightly at first and make one nice continuous smooth line. Not a lot of sketching. You can always go back through if you're not happy with it and erase it if you draw it lightly, or if you are happy with it, go through and darken it. Once I have this line drawn, it makes it a lot easier to do something called interpolate. I have data points at every second, but you may be interested in what happened in between seconds. So in this case here, let me look between the 6 and the 7 second mark. Let's say at 6.5 seconds, what was the distance this object was away from my starting point? Once you have your line, it makes it a lot easier to do that. You just read up to this point here, and then read across, and it looks like I'm at this point on my vertical axis. So what distance is that? Well, let's count. 20, looks like 25, 30, 35, 40. Yeah, it looks each of these lines are worth 5. So there's 25, 30. It's between the 30 and the 35, a little bit closer to the 35. So maybe a 33 or 34 meter distance at that time. And you can do that with any of the ones in between. That is called interpolation. If I had a bigger graph, I could extrapolate. I could take and extend the data beyond what is graphed here and figure out where it would be at some point in the future. Also a very good thing for scientists to do. That's one of the reasons why we like to plot our information, so we can see what happens in the future, to make predictions.